Namaste to all. A very interesting comment and a question in my channel. Sir, would you please make a video on book collections? Do you have, please? I never had any view of making a video on my book collections, but since this question came up, I thought it's a good idea to share to you what books I read and refer to often. I will start with the first book. It's a book in Hindi written by my Acharya ji. This book, Ved Gyan Hi Satya Gyan Hai by Swami Ram Swarup Ji Yogacharya. This is his latest book, which is released in 2024. And this book is a wonderful book for all the beginners as well as people who know Vedas very well. Both of them can read this book, and this book covers the topic aptly, that why Vedas are the true knowledge, why Vedas are the only true knowledge. Really wonderful book written by my Acharya. You can order this book from vedamandir.com website. You can just go to website and in ask a question tab, just type that I would like to have this book. This is my address. They will contact you. And the next book I would like to share, I have so many books here, I will take randomly, is these four books are my favorite books. These are Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Ek Vedic Rahasya by my Acharya ji. So these are four parts. Part 1 is covering the first 6 chapters. Part 2 is covering 7th to 12th chapter. This is part 2. And part 3 is covering 13, 14 and 15th chapter. And part 4 is covering 16, 17 and 18 chapter. Really wonderful book. The only unique book in this world which speaks about the Vedic secrets between or inside each and every shloka of Gita. Why Sri Krishna Maharaj, or how Sri Krishna Maharaj got this knowledge. So wonderful book. And the important and interesting thing about these books are, you can read any page. You can open up any page and any shloka. You can read and understand the secrets behind each and every shloka. In fact, I have not completed the full 4 series. I am basically I'm a Tamilian. And I cannot read Hindi very fast, but whenever I read, I try to read 2 to 3 times so that I can understand more, because I'm not a fast Hindi reader also. But I have tried to read many of the topics to clarify my doubts and also to clarify the doubts from my YouTube channel viewers. And if many of you have been asking questions on Vishwarup Darshanam, which I have not made a video so far, I will try to make in future, because my Hindi understanding is not so much that I can make a video in English or in Tamil with this explanation. But I would highly recommend you to read this book, the Dvitiya Bhag, to understand the Vishwarup Darshanam concept from the Vedic Dharma. A really wonderful book. You will not get such a Gita anywhere in this world, and nobody to my knowledge has written such Gita in this world. So this is a very beautiful book. And the next book I am just picking in random is one book which I refer at least once or twice a week, or almost on a daily basis, is this book. This book is The Light of Truth by Maharishi Dhananda Saraswati. The book which has to be in every person's home in this world, be it a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Jain or a Buddhist. This book will show us the true path towards Vedas. And this is a very beautiful book written by Maharishi. And I have luckily I have the book in Hindi also. The Hindi I got it very recently, just 4 or 5 days back, and in English also. And I have this book in Tamil also. Tamil is really wonderful. And if you are a Tamil viewer, you can go to Arya Samaj Gopalapuram in Chennai and order this book. This is Satyartha Prakasam in Tamil, and see this like more than 1000 pages book, really beautifully translated by some Tamil person, this one. So this is The Light of Truth. Okay, and the next book which I often refer is these 2 books. These 2 books are same. This is the Introduction to the Commentary on the Vedas, Rigvedadi Bhashya Bhumika, English version by Maharishi. Maharishi has not written in English, it is translated by some Arya Samaji. And the Hindi version, Hindi and Sanskrit version, which is not commonly available in the market. I got a PDF by someone some years back, and I printed it, Xerox copied and printed it. So this is PDF and printed it. So this is Rigvedadi Bhashya Bhumika. Really wonderful book to understand the depth concepts of Vedas. The next book which I often refer to is where it is. Sorry for that. Yeah, so these two books. Patanjali Yoga Darshanam by Swami Ramswarup Yogacharya ji, my Acharya. So he has written two parts of Patanjali Yoga Darshanam. The part 1, Samadhi Pad and Sadhana Pad, and Vibhuti Pad and Kaivalya Pad in second part. In fact, the second part itself is a complete book, because the second part also has got commentaries of first two chapters in short sentences. So even if you buy this book, it will be useful for you. But I would recommend to start with this for beginners. This book is little bit advanced because it is translating Vyas Bhashya. Vyas Bhashya is very, very deep knowledge. This book is very practical, the red color one. Patanjali Yoga Darshanam, really wonderful. My Acharya has written his experiences from Samadhi and also given deep insights from the Vedic philosophy on Yoga Darshanam. So this is one book, and one book which I was reading a couple of pages. I have not read it. I have not even started to read it fully. This is a book written by Ganga Prasad Upadhyaya on Astikvad. Astikvad means belief in Almighty God. I read some few pages in this book. It was really mind-blowing. Then I bought this book. I have not got time to read this book, but I would surely recommend you to read this book. This book speaks about various concepts in the modern science, and has tried to prove that why the modern science might not be really true and why the Vedic science is true. This kind of knowledge this author has tried to give. Really wonderful book. And one more book which I have bought but I have not read more than 5-6 pages is Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra is also called as Vedanta Darshanam. Vedanta Darshanam, written by Vyas Muni, and this is written and commented by Acharya Udayveer Shastri. Acharya Udayveer Shastri is a well-known philosopher in Arya Samaj, and he has written a really wonderful. But the fonts are too small. But whatever, I have read some couple of sutras from this. I could find a unique style, like my Acharya style. Like, when you take a sutra, go back to Vedas to understand how this sutra is emanated inside a rishi. So that kind of research Udayveer Shastri ji has done. So I will surely read this book in future, but you can also try. This book you can order from vedicbooks.com. And the next book which I often get inspiration is this book. This is a book, Sermons Delivered by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, Pune Pravachan in English. When Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati visited Pune, he gave many lectures on many different topics, and this book is also a collection of those pravachans, and really wonderful book. This also you can order from vedicbooks.com. And the next book I often read almost on a daily basis is this book by my Acharya ji, Yajna Karma Sarvasreshta Ishwar Puja. Very, very wonderful book. Very, very useful book for daily Agnihotra, understanding word-to-word meanings of daily Agnihotra, and also my Acharya has covered various other topics about Almighty God. Really wonderful book. You can order this book from vedamandir.com. And one more book which I have not read fully is this book, which is called as Manav Dharma Shiksha. Really good book. I have not read in full. My one of the style is I never complete a book, like even the Light of Truth. I have this book for the last more than 13-14 years with me now. I have not completed this book because I hate to complete finishing a book, because when I complete a book I get a feeling that okay, I have read it. So I always keep it incomplete so that I have the inspiration to go again and again to refer it. Maybe it's a bad habit, but it's my style. And similarly this book also, I have not completed this book, but very, very useful for Manav Dharma Shiksha, to understand what is Dharma Shiksha in the Vedas by my Acharya ji. And another beautiful book is these two books, Vedas Divine Light Part 1 and Part 2. In fact, there are 5 parts in this. These 2 parts will give you so much of insight towards the Vedic Dharma. It's an introduction book again in English. Answers to so many questions by my Acharya. Very, very wonderful book. You can order from vedamandir.com. And one more book which I like very much is whenever I have some kind of moodiness, etc., I try to refer this kind of books. This is Chanakya Niti, and this is compiled and written by, commented by Swami Jagdishwarananda Saraswati. Really a big, well-known Vedic scholar. He is no more now, but he is a very great Vedic scholar. And this book, Chanakya Niti and Vidur Niti, both the books he has commented, and in fact he has pointed out these slokas are wrong, these slokas are right based on Vedas. That is a wonderful thing about these books. And Next book I want to show to you is yeah, it's here, sorry. This book, Valmiki Ramayan by again same Swami Jagdishwarananda Saraswati. This book also you can order from VEDICbooks.com. Wonderful book, the true Valmiki Ramayan. This book is not available, or Valmiki Ramayan available in other places, like example Gita Press is having Valmiki Ramayan, maybe ISKCON also has got Valmiki Ramayan, other authors have published Valmiki Ramayan, but I would not say they are fully authentic, but this book is fully authentic. When you read it, you will understand it. And another book which is very, very famous across the world is this book, Mahabharata. Mahabharata, again this is commented by Swami Jagdishwarananda Saraswati. You can order it from VEDICbooks.com. This is the nearest, closest book available today in this world for the original version. Original version had got 10,000 shlokas. This book has got 16,000 shlokas. Any other book you will buy from the market will have approximately 1,20,000 to 1,30,000 shlokas. So many false shlokas are added in those books. So this is the nearest to original version. If you read this book, you will yourself understand. So you can omit those shlokas which you feel unscientific, etc. But this is the nearest to original version. And one more book I try to often refer these days is Vedon Se Jarita Sanatan Satya by my Acharya Ji, trying to explain the Mahavakyas of the Vedant. For example, people say Aham Brahmasmi, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, etc. Right? Tattvamasi. What is the real meaning of those Vakyas? My Acharya had tried to explain in this book. This is a Xerox copy, because I got only one version in my house, and then I try to put a Xerox to me and my daughter, so that we try to refer often. Yeah, of course, next time when I go to my Acharya, I will buy it. And another most useful book for me in my life is this book, Arya Abhivinaya. This is by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. You can buy it from VEDICbooks.com. Wonderful book in English. More than 100 Veda mantras have been translated by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, and the author Satyananda Shastri has also done a very good justice in translating those mantras from Hindi to English. He has done proper justice, I would say. Really wonderful book. You all must read this book. And another important book which I try to refer often is this book, Ekadasho Upanishad, 11 Upanishads in one book. This is written by it is written by Satyavrat Siddhanta Alankar. So this author is, I think is Arya Samaji, I'm not too sure, but this book is, I would say, close to authentic. Why I say it, because some of the shlokas I didn't see the commentary tallying with the Vedas, but many, almost 90% of the shlokas commented in this books are close to Vedic Dharma. So I would refer, I would still, because there is no other proper Upanishad commentaries available today, so this one book I would also recommend. But of course, as I told, 90-10 principle, because there are some errors even in this book as I read through, which contradicts to the Vedic Dharma. And also one more recent book I got last week was this one, is Glimpses of Atharva Veda by Priyavrata Das. He's I don't know if he is still alive. He's an old person, but he has written some 50-60 pages on Atharva Veda. Really good book. I was surprised to see the author's knowledge. He has very good command over English as well as the Vedic knowledge, basically. So, and he has written glimpses of Rig, Yajur, Sama also. I think it's worthwhile to read those books. This is also very important and good book. And also one more book which I have not read, but whatever I have read was so sweet, is this book, Vishuddha Manusmriti by Ganga Prasad Upadhyaya. There are other authors also from Arya Samaj who has commented Vishuddha Manusmriti. Very, very important book for us to understand the true Manusmriti. Today's Manusmriti is mostly corrupted, but if you want to understand the original version of Manusmriti, you can read this book. This is also in Hindi. And also there are other books written by my Acharya Ji. For example, my Acharya Ji has written an English book on yoga philosophy. Very small book, but quite in depth. It's here. Sorry for that. I think Yoga, Divine Vedas Philosophy. Luckily, it was in front of me. So this is a very, very good book for to understand chitta vrittis, to understand sanskars, to understand some basics of yoga philosophy, as well as my Acharya has answered many questions in the last 20-30 pages, and also some of the answers are so secretive. I was amazed when I read the answers of my Acharya-ji. Very, very wonderful book. And also there are a couple of other books of my Acharya-ji which I do not have here. My Acharya has written on Mrityu, Vedon se Mrityu Rahasya Jano. I have that book in the other room. I don't have it in my room here. But that is a really wonderful book on death. Understanding death, who dies, who does not die, etc. Jad and Chetan Gyan. Very, very beautiful book. It's a small book but very, very useful to understand Mrityu. And another book, so all my Acharya's book you can order from vedmandir.com, and the rest of the books you can order from vedicbooks.com. And another important book my Acharya-ji has written, which I do not have it here, is basically Vedanta and Divine Vedas Philosophy in English, 2 parts. My Acharya-ji has tried to explain the difference between the present Vedanta and the original Vedic Dharma. Really wonderful book. It's an argument between one gentleman and my Acharya. It's not an argument, it's a debate, I would say. Even that person was not behaving properly with my Acharya when he answered the questions, but my Acharya did not delete any of his comments. So my Acharya thought, let me publish it as a book so that people can understand. So this book is available with me in maybe more than 100 copies is there, but not here. But in the other house I have this book. Really wonderful book. And also the Tamil version of these books, I don't read it, but Vedas Divine Light Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 we have translated into Tamil version, me and my father-in-law. So those books are also available. If you are a Tamil viewer, if you want to read the translation of these books, it is available with us. You can contact me in YouTube and I can send you. So these are some of the books. I have not read everything. I have read like Mahabharata, I have read some pages, Ramayana some pages, but I try to refer it, because when you have so many collections you can always refer, and then you can change your topic also to give a kind of variation to your mind, so that your mind does not get boredom also. So these are very, very important basic books which I have. And one more book, sorry I forgot it, my iPad was over about 2 books in fact. This book I read almost on a daily basis is Sandhya Mantra by my Acharya. Only the Ved mantras for everyday Agnihotra is given in this book. And also another book I always refer is this book. Not often, but sometimes whenever some people ask question, is Sanskara Vidhi by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. You can order from vedicbooks.com. This book gives you a beautiful knowledge on what are the 16 sanskars, how to do sanskars, and why we are doing sanskars. What are the benefit of the sanskars? Beautiful book written by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati. So these are the books I refer. And more than the books, like yesterday I showed you, I take notes. Whenever I read, I have an habit of taking notes. Like, I have got small notebooks or big notebooks. It will be useful for you also if you take notes whatever you read. And whenever my Acharya speak, I always try to take notes. This habit I got from my Acharya. My Acharya has been telling for the last 20 years, take notes, take notes, take notes. I have never taken notes, but in the last 5 years I started understanding that why my Acharya says, might be he has some good thing in that, because he has been taking notes whenever he goes to his Acharyas. So I started taking notes in the last 4 to 5 years, and it has really helped me to deepen my understanding towards Vedas. So I also will suggest you, if you are reading any book, try to take notes. If you are listening even if I listen to any samadhist yogi, like a normal Acharya, normal person, but is a Vedic scholar, I take notes from him or her, so that you can reflect upon. And if you feel that person is telling wrong, you can also try to put your arguments in the paper, and then you can try to make video or discuss with him or her. This will also help you to grow towards the Vedic path. And last but not least, these books are all paper. These are Jad Tattva. These are not Chetan. Chetan Vedas are inside Acharya. So last but not least, the most important thing is these books will add value to our life only if we also continuously side by side listen to Acharya. Otherwise books will give us only, I would say, what is that, ego and pride. Like, I have read so many books, I know everything. No, it will give you ego and pride. When you read Satyartha Prakash, Light of Truth, you can understand so many things, but it will give you ego and pride because of lack of listening to Acharya. When you go and listen to Acharya, you will become humble. You will start becoming down to earth. This is very, very important. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.